Hey guys, so I just wanted to make a quick video on tips on how to go on a road trip with no money. You would need a car or a friend's car or whatever. You would need a phone. You would need some gas. It just means you don't have $5,000 in the bank. You do need to have some normal stuff. But okay, cool, good. So here's the first tip. So the first thing that I've been doing is door dashing whenever I come to a new city. So if you're not familiar with DoorDash, it's a food delivery app, and when you sign up for it, it takes a couple days, and then they approve you, they do a background check and all that, and then whenever you turn on the app, you just start, and then you will get orders to your phone, and then if you accept them, you go ahead and deliver the food and all that, and it is a very good for road tripping specifically because when you come to a new city, you can literally just turn it on and start kind of getting a feel for the city as you drive around. You can learn where all the good restaurants are, and you can make money to help pay for the expenses of doing your trip. I'm just going to show you. Here it is. Show you. So as an example here, I'll just show you the latest, the last few days, and kind of give you an idea. So this, probably see that there. This is the week I'm in right here. So it's not complete yet. This is the last week was $508. Week before that, 423. So it's not crazy money, obviously. You're not you're gonna become a millionaire, but you are making some money, and you're doing it kind of in a way that's very convenient for a road trip. So, and you can see here, this was, let's get that a better angle for you. This was the Jacksonville. So not very busy there. It's like the dinner hour, I think, or lunch hour. And then Thursday, this was Atlanta. So honestly, I was kind of busy with other stuff. I didn't really do it very much, but it was a pretty big city. So Wednesday, I don't remember. I think I was on the road mostly. But anyways, back here you can see Monday. That was a pretty good day. I think it was in Columbus, Ohio, and that was good. That was like $113. So definitely covered the hotel and the food and all that sort of stuff. So and then New York, Boston, big cities like that, DC, make a lot more, especially if you try. You did it all day, make probably $500 a day or something. But but obviously the point of traveling is not so you can do food deliveries all day, obviously. So now the next tip is, so you got the thing, so you DoorDash, so you got to sign up beforehand. It takes a couple days to preview, and then you go ahead and you front, boom, start, and you can go ahead and they also send you like a little hot, keeping the food hot bag, and a little like credit card thing, so you can do like grocery store shopping for people using their little debit card thing. So yeah, and that'll take a couple of days to mail to you. So, but you can start without that if you want. You can, as long as you get approved, which is what I did. So, good. So that's the first thing is DoorDash. So now you're able to travel and pay for your expenses as you're going. The next thing you want to do is stay in hostels. So some people know what hostels are, some don't. So I'm just gonna explain. So a hostel is basically kind of like a college dorm setup where they have multiple people sleeping in a room, usually like like bunk beds or a bunch of beds in the room, or however it's arranged, and they have shared bathrooms, kitchens, and all that sort of stuff. And it might sound a little odd to some people, especially if you're used to like with your parents and your house, and it just seems sort of odd to kind of share a room with strangers when you never met before. I actually really like it for meeting people. I prefer it even if it was more expensive than hotels because it's very social, it's very friendly, it's very, at least in the ones that I've been to, and I've been to a bunch. From Alaska to New York. So, and those hostels are usually between like $30 to 30 to 40 something dollars. So like, for example, when I was in Reno, like after taxes, it was $32 for the hostel there. Super cool place. In Nashville was $35. I was just there a couple days ago. New York, about a week ago. That was $43, all after tax, everything, final figure. So pretty affordable. You can even get lower than that if you try, and, whatever, various ways. But that's just kind of like an easy thing. You can just search for hostels, and those are generally only in major cities like Nashville, busy cities. Like there wasn't any in Jacksonville. There was one in Orlando, but it was full when I came here. Boston had a hostel. So yeah, like bigger cities will have it. Like I don't think there was any in Buffalo, New York when I was there. So it just gives you an idea. And then for the places that don't have hostels, you can either do cheaper hotels or you can do Airbnb. So I personally found Airbnbs usually cheaper. So it's about like $40 to $50 generally. I've been staying, so yeah, it's decent. Usually really nice, but yeah, and then sometimes you can get a hotel for also pretty inexpensive too, in the like $40 to $50, $60 range. So if you're in a small city, so that's one way you can keep that expense down. And the main thing is just hostels. Good. So now the next thing is food. So I do like to when I come to a city to actually eat at a place there, a restaurant, whatever, to kind of like get the flavor of the city, so to speak. But you do want to kind of keep your expenses down because food can definitely add up pretty quick, maybe like $50 a day or something like that. So you do want to go to a grocery store or Costco. Costco is the best, the cheapest, and basically load up on a bunch of snacks and foods and whatever, protein bars, whatever that. For me, it's like trail mix, protein bars, fruit, stuff like that. That's I can have as like a breakfast item if I'm just gonna hit the road right away or whatever. So those are the three main things. You can do the DoorDashing or something equivalent. Maybe Uber Eats will work as well. I don't think Uber Eats works in different cities, but I know DoorDash for sure works in anywhere in the U.S. that I've been so far. For sure works, and they say it everywhere in the U.S. And then doing hostels, and then doing the food like grocery store or whatever, like sort of buying in bulk, so to speak. That should get your expenses pretty low. Now, obviously, you can choose to do fun things that are going to cost money. So you can see expenses here. So this is like, yesterday was this $10 in gas, $13 in food, $12 in food. Airbnb was $49. I only made $40 in DoorDash, and then I paid another $6 for food. So that was obviously didn't make very much money. But then you get some days, and if I tried, I think this was So this is New York here. So this was $207 in DoorDash, and then I spent $37 on food. I had already paid for 2 nights in my hostel here. You can see, $86. So this 2 nights. So you can say I obviously made way more money than I spent in New York. And I was doing like free stuff there. I could have obviously, went to a bunch of nice places or whatever, museums or whatever, anything that cost money. But I was doing the stuff that was, free this day, like Central Park and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's kind of up to you. For me, I'm not really trying to do it. I'm not spending money, but it's obviously not that difficult. And this is not even like a long time. I think this was 6 hours of the day I was DoorDashing, I believe, for this. Because New York is definitely like very busy, very, wait a lot, you get nice tips, and it's pretty short delivery distance. It's just that you got to deal with the traffic, and the parking is very challenging. You got to get a little more aggressive as a driver, honestly. So yeah, you got to deal with that. But you can see, obviously, like, especially if you're going to hang out in New York, it'd be really easy, So just as an example. So those are my 3 tips for road tripping with no money. So hope that helps.